So now I've actually upgraded from losing my family on Christmas to now losing some of my friends because they have gone so far off the deep left end that now they're convinced that anyone who voted for Trump is like a fascist, everything else they call us, and they don't even want me around like in the friend group. I just want to preface this by saying we don't talk politics in my friend groups. We don't do anything like that. We barely discuss like our opposing ideals at all, yet they cut me off literally just because of a vote. Something I did that took 5 minutes to do. Something apparently that's now ruined my whole life. I've lost my family and I've lost my friends. They've split up people and divide us, and I'm tired of it.
No, because I want you to hear me when I say with my full fucking chest, if you voted for Donald Trump, I want you out of my life. Because at a base level, I don't care for friends. I don't care for family. Because if I'm going into a future where interracial marriage is even up for debate, I don't want you at my wedding. I don't want you there. If I travel out of state while on my period and my blood condition causes me to start hemorrhaging, and I happen to be in a state where women's health care is so strictly regulated that doctors feel like they can't interfere because any period-related bleeding could be a pregnancy and there's no interfering in that, and I bleed out and die because of the laws that are going to be left up to states' decisions, I don't want you at my funeral. If the Department of Education is defunded and my children can't go to school unless it's at a private institution that we cannot afford, and there's no way to get any assistance in affording this, I don't want you in my kids' lives. And that's just the beginning of it. So honestly, truly, if you voted for Trump, get out of my life.
Imagine losing friendship you have built for years, friendship of 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, all because you voted for Trump. Or because you publicly admitted that you are a MAGA voter or MAGA supporter. Or because you left the rightful person that you're supposed to vote and voted for the wrong person. Imagine losing that kind of friendships. At the end of the day, the person that you voted for, the person that you forsake your friendship for, is not even helping matters. The person doesn't care. The person is not meeting up to the standard, meeting up to what you expect, the expectations that you have of him that made you to lose such friendship. How would you be feeling? Hey, that is exactly how MAGA voters are feeling right now. You see their cries, you see their wailing, you see their tears. It's all over social media platform. Keep on watching, guys. Subscribe. I'll be back with my commentaries.
All because she voted for Trump?
Next to my best friend of 14 years. Literally half of my life. I'm 28. And I asked them who they voted for. They said Donald Trump.
You gotta be a special kind of stupid.
And they said, I'm assuming you voted the opposite. And I said, yes. And then my friend texted me and said, will you still be my friend?
If a friendship cannot withstand a political difference, you were not friends to begin with.
This person is my best friend.
Her crocodile tears don't do a damn thing for me. I actually despise people like her. I've lost family members and friends over politics. It truly is a tragic how divisive things have gotten, to the point where you can't even disagree politically without losing meaningful connections with people.
Oh, and another thing. Me and you will never be friends if you're voting for Donald Trump. Me and you will never remain friends if you're voting for Donald Trump. It's not a political difference. This is not the 2012, 2004 elections where we just disagree on how the economy should be ran. This is my life. If you are willing to vote for someone who gets to determine whether I live or die if I have complications when I have a child, you will never sit in the presence of me. I had to cut off one of my closest friends because of this election. It is that deep. Anybody can go. I don't care who you think you are.
In this last video you guys watched now, the man kind of reacting to what the woman did. Like, he's trying to say that it is not justifiable why would such friendship end because this woman voted for Trump and all of that. I kind of counter that because there are some friendships that you had the friendship running for years successfully. One mistake, the person will be like, I thought this is somebody I know. Why this action? This politics of a thing, it's deep rooted in some persons. There are some people that you don't mess around like, yes, we are friends. Yes, we've been friends for years, but common sense is common. There are some things you're expected to know and there are some things you're expected to do. So if you are seen not doing that, automatically you are no longer my friend. I think that is the situation this white woman passed in the hands of her friends. But the man in question that is reacting to what this woman did, I don't know whether he's not seeing it in that angle, in that perspective, or in that. I don't know. Keep watching, guys.
So recently, in response to a meme that is going around, and that meme says, we shouldn't lose friendships over two guys who don't even know us, right? Or you've seen memes that say, we can disagree on politics and still be friends, not to let politics separate us. And I had responded to a friend of mine who had posted this on Facebook, and I said, for me, it's not that simple. For me, it's not about the two men that don't know me. It's about the policies that they represent. It's about the things that they plan to implement or the things that they plan to take away. And it's not politics. It's my livelihood. It's the things that are important to me, to my children, to my grandchildren, my friends, and my family. And so I had said, as a biracial woman, the things that Trump has said about Black people and his actions toward them for decades upon decades have been proven to be racist. Even today, you can take something just as subtle as the blacks, black jobs, my blacks. Look at my blacks over there, right? Those are reminders of his attitude all the way back in the 70s when he got in trouble for not renting to Black people, right? This is a history that he has. So as a Black woman, I can't be friends with someone that supports someone who is racist, right? Someone who is actively that way. I mean, for goodness sake, he said that he still believes the Central Park Five is guilty despite being exonerated, despite DNA evidence that proves they're innocent. And those men that were boys at the time spent years upon years of their lives in prison. And he doesn't care, right? I have friends in my family. I have people in my family that are gay. I have people in my family that are gay and married with children. I have a person in my family who is trans. When you support someone that wants to pass legislation or take away laws that protect those people or me or my children, if you want to get rid of words in legislation and in grants that have to do with gender and gender awareness or diversity or equity or inclusion, then you cannot be my friend. And that's not a horrible thing. That's not me saying, oh, I don't like you because you support Trump. No. It's I can't be friends with you because you support a person who blatantly plans to cause harm to me, my family, and the people that I love. And so, no, I get to set that boundary. And it's not that you're a bad person. I'm not going to say that. We can be respectful acquaintances, right? But it's really, really simple. If you support things like that, and you might say, well, I don't see color and I don't see people as gay and I don't see whatever. Listen, if you're saying things like that, it means you don't see the entire person. It means you don't love the entire person. It means you're only willing to see the parts of them that don't make you uncomfortable. And that is conditional love. That is not unconditional love. And I get to determine if the way that you love is acceptable to me. And it's not. It's very simple. And so I had someone ask me the other day, well, how do you deal with family members who support Trump? And I said, well, why are they saying they support him? And she said, well, they're saying that he's a good Christian man and they're delusional. And I said, well, first of all, I wouldn't say they're delusional, right? Because the moment that you criticize someone or call them names, they're no longer listening to you. But I would meet them where they're at. I would simply pull up Galatians 5:22 and 23, which are the fruits of the spirit. And I would say, so show me where Trump meets these standards.
I give credit to all the original owners of this video used in the creation of this video. It's solely for educational purposes and also for analysis purpose, okay? Back to all those things that are happening. Losing friends or family because you voted for Trump, guys, it is a very, very worrisome point. It is a very, very bad state if you're to find yourself in that kind of state. Imagine losing a friend of 20 years, a friend of 30 years, a friend of 10 years because you voted for someone that doesn't care. How would you feel? Bad, right? Yeah, that's how it's be. But in all of this, you vote with your conscience, vote with your mind. Anytime you want to vote, I think with all of that, it will definitely help. Don't just vote because the person promised you heaven and earth. Are you sure the person is going to fulfill that? That is the question. And truth is that Trump is not fulfilling any of this that he promised. Yes. So guys, if you have watched up to this point, thank you so much for watching. Do want to subscribe to this channel. A lot of people have been watching and have not subscribed. Subscription is just free. Tap on that subscribers button. It's a way for you to be getting updates anytime any new video is dropped on this channel. It's a way that you get a notification that yes, this channel Dor-Dor Global News dropped a particular video, and you will be able to be updated and you will watch the video. That is just what the subscription of a thing works and how it works. Okay, just subscribe to this channel, like this video. You can share to your friends and loved ones. You can refer your friends to this channel to search for this name, Dor-Dor Global News. By so doing, they will get the gist. Or you share the link to them and they will join in this conversation. Also share your comments in the comment section. It's a very, very important thing because it will help me to know your mind. It will help the world to know your mind regarding what is happening. Have a lovely day, guys, and see you all in our next video. Bye.